Here is a pair of vintage Menards desk fans from 1988. 6-inch fan and a 9-inch oscillating fan. I would imagine that these were probably really inexpensive. The kind of fans that you probably just buy a new one every year. They're not the greatest fans, not particularly well built. They look cool, especially the 9-inch fan. I think it looks really cool. It's not a particularly good fan though, functionally speaking. We'll get to that. So we'll take a look at the 6-inch fan first. It's a 2-speed fan. You can see the plastic is all discolored there. It's not dirty, it's just discolored. And you can see all the little fractures in it. That's what happens to this plastic. I'm sure it's loaded with toxic chemicals and all kinds of stuff that I don't want to know about, but where's our informations? So this is from January 1988. 6-inch fan, model CS-6FN. Draws 0.35 amps. So these fans, I think, would be in the same family or the same category as the other garbage pail desk fans of the 1980s, like your Super Deluxe. What are some of the other brands? The Cool Breeze, Cool Time, Gulfstream, Nobility. You can just pretty much make up any names. Breezy Time, Dr. Breeze, Mr. Breeze. I don't know. Endless brands that these fans were made under. Menards, obviously. This would have been before Menards came up with their own store brands. This one plugged in over here. Not sure what speed that was. We're going to start it on high speed. This one is actually a pretty decent fan. The blade balance is off, but it's a pretty strong fan. Here's high. See what we get for the feet per minute. So we're in like the low 900s, which is probably about 200 feet per minute more than like a newer Lasco 6-inch fan. So it's really strong, very good velocity. It's just pretty loud. But pretty much all of the 6-inch fans from the 80s were like this. Very strong, but also very loud. Here's low. So a lot of the vibration carries through to the bass. If I padded that a little more, I might get rid of some of the vibration. Pretty good tilt on it. Okay, so not much difference at all between low and high for the velocity. I think we're within 100 feet per minute, so velocity is about the same. It just gets louder on high. pretty good spin down though. Okay, we will look at the 9-inch fan now. I think this fan looks really cool. I mean, you can tell it's kind of a cheap, junky fan, but it does look pretty cool. It's got the same blade material as the 6-inch fan, same color, same plastic and everything. It's kind of weird though. It looks like it has a Koo Sing badge, but then on the base it looks like a Kuo horn sticker. So I don't know what this is. This is just one of those off-brand Taiwanese fans. It's weird that they would be a knockoff of like the Kuo horn and Koo Sing fans, because I think those were like bottom rung fans anyway. So having a knockoff of those is just kind of bizarre. But I think that these were probably really cheap at the time, like the kind of fan that you would buy a new one every year, because I don't think that they were really built to last at all. This is CS-9FN. Can't read today. And it's from February 1988. So the 6-inch one was from January 1988. So it's definitely a matching set, I would say. The feet look pretty good on this one. I think this probably has really low hours on it, but that being said, this blade has like no pitch. As you can see, it has the same problem as the new Air King 12-inch fan that I got recently. Almost no pitch on the blade, so it runs too fast, too loud. It moves decent air, but it runs way too fast and way too loud. And I'm not sure if the oscillation is going to work. This piece was broken, and I had to super glue it back on there. So it might break again when I go to try to use it. I guess we're going to find out what happens, and it's just going to be what it's going to be. But yeah, the fan is in really nice shape. It looks really cool. I was hoping to be able to take this one to work with me, because the fan that I have in the office right now is a 12-inch Galaxy fan, and it's just a little too much fan for the little room that I'm in. So I thought this would be a good fan to bring in there, but it's just really kind of a terrible fan, practically speaking. We'll start it on low first and give you an idea what I'm talking about here. Here's a low. It's still revving up. Okay, so this is low speed. Now let's see what happens when we go to high. A lot of the vibration sound goes away when I pick it up. But, I mean, look at that. That's running so fast. I don't think I would want to leave this fan alone for a given amount of time, because once the bearings do start to dry up, I think whatever's left in there is going to dry up very quickly, and the fan is just going to burn up. It's just going to go up in a cloud of smoke once the bearings get hot enough and the oil starts to dry up. Go back down to low and run the oscillation, see what happens. I'm more worried what's going to happen when I go to pull up on the oscillation knob. I think it might break when I pull up on it, but we'll see. Very obnoxious fan. And it survived. Alright. Do the feet per minute on this one. So it's almost exactly the same as the 6-inch fan without the low. Yeah, not much speed variation on this one either. More blade pitch would probably change that. Okay, so the velocity is pretty much identical to the 6-inch fan on low and high, so that's really interesting. I don't think either of these fans had a lot of hours on them. I don't think they're used very much, and I mean, you can see why. But they look cool. I mean, they are pretty cool fans. They're unique for what they are. I mean, Menards is a place that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So I like these fans even though they're terrible. I think the 9-inch fan looks really cool, but they just both kind of suck, unfortunately. But there you go, 1988 Menards fans. Thank you for watching.